The man worked quickly on the fish in his hands. When he finally lifted it up, everyone was stunned. Even though he had sliced it, the fish was still perfectly held together as one whole piece. Then he pulled out a torch and began searing the surface of the fish with intense heat. Seeing this, his opponent decided to let his assistant handle the fish instead, hoping that with two people working together, they could beat the man with sheer speed. The man noticed their little tactic, but he didn't panic. He calmly continued preparing his dish. He used smoke from burning applewood to infuse aroma into the seared fish slices. Meanwhile, the opponent's assistant finished cutting the fish and put it into the rich broth they had prepared in advance. Then they tossed the cooked fish in a hot pan, bringing out the fragrance of both the meat and the seasonings. Soon, both sides reached the final stage. The man poured his slow-cooked bone broth into a bowl of pasta, carefully placing the fish on top. His fish pasta was complete. The opponent sprinkled fine salt over his noodles, then poured scorching hot oil over the top, releasing the numbing and aromatic fragrance of Sichuan pepper. When the judges tasted the dishes, they praised the man's fish for being tender without any trace of fishy smell, and his broth for being rich and full of flavor. But when it came to his opponent's dish, the judges hesitated. The opponent was confused, until he tasted the man's dish himself, and finally understood what went wrong. It turned out his sense of taste had been compromised. He had been seasoning purely out of muscle memory, but the competition didn't provide his usual spices, so his flavors ended up far too intense, and that was why he lost. Just as the man was about to leave, the assistant chased after him, accusing him of winning only because of a flaw in the seasoning setup. But the man didn't bother responding, because the assistant seemed to have forgotten one thing: the man had fought alone, while they competed as a full team. But if the opponent hadn't lost his sense of taste, who would have really won? Do you think the man's victory was luck, or pure skill? Share your thoughts in the comments.